Hello guys and welcome to the channel. So in today's episode, before I say anything about analysis of these booms and crashes, I want to say something that is important. If something is not making sense on the market, please don't trade it, right? And don't give yourself pressure out there, okay? Just simplify the thing. If the thing is not simplified, then it's complicated, it's bullshit. So let's analyze this boom 1000, boom 1k on h4, right? Remember, we actually start on the h4 for our directional buy. So as you can see, we have to identify in which direction the market is actually going, right? So we must first see whether we are having swing highs, swing lows, and whether we are having a trending market or a ranging market. So starting from this point, you can actually see that we had a swing high here, then swing low here, swing high here, swing low here, swing high, swing. So you can actually see that at this point here, when the market broke this point here, it was a break of structure, right? Then the market actually went up to there. So you can actually so considering that we are we are putting all our mind on this market, this is actually a ranging market, right? So it's ranging between these points here. Let me draw this, right? And somewhere around this zone here. So you can it's a ranging market, right, between those zones. So you can so now that we know it's a ranging market, let's draw our swing points, right, to determine where the market is actually going to go, right, on the next movements. So the first swing point is right here at the top here, then the second swing point is right here, third swing point here, fourth swing point here, fifth one here, then sixth one here. So around those zones, you can actually see that price was playing too much here. So then what we do, remember what we always do is we draw our rectangles right here to mark out them as zones rather than these horizontal lines, because the horizontal lines, they do not bring that kind of information that we want. Okay, you have to understand what I'm saying here, man. You have to understand, right? Remember, the goal of this thing is to simplify our things, right, not to make it as difficult as possible, right? So let me draw my okay, this is actually going to waste our time. So remember, we draw these horizontal boxes, right, which are rectangles. So now that we know that the market is actually ranging on our h4 time frame, let's find something like a channel or just a trend line that can actually guide us to see where the market is actually going to put. So I'm touching this point here. Oh man, what is happening to my hands? I was playing with the burger. You definitely see burger on the next episodes to come. So okay, I'm actually going to touch this point here and that point here. Okay, now that's a perfect trend line. So you can actually see that I touched this point here and this one, and you can actually see that there is a zone here, there's a swing point here, and as well as a trend line. So the market, if this is a break in like if this is the break of structure or break of a trend line and retest, you're actually going to expect something like the market is actually going to come to, I don't know which zone is actually going to go then, right, considering that it's a break and retest, right? So we anticipate the market to come back to this zone. You can actually see that this zone is highly pegged with two confluences, this trend line and that zone, right? Then the market is likely to go down here, considering that it's a break and retest of structure. So now that we know what our bigger time frames is like capable of doing, let's go to our h4 time frame for our structure, right? Okay, so this is the h4 time frame. Let me zoom out a bit so you can actually see, if you are counting your levels correctly, you can see from here up to there were three levels: good level 1, good level 2, level 3, right? And here you can actually see that this was level 1 here up to here, then this was a reset, a huge reset on the h4 time frame, which I mean on the h1 time frame, right? So I'm anticipating something like a level 2 to here, then pull back level 3, right? So considering we are using price action and btmm, this market has a higher probability of going down, so we anticipate the market to pull back to 10037.34, right? This is the point that the market is likely to come back to. So I've actually used simple price action. Let me now clear this chart and use my indicators, right? So the first indicator that I said I used was okay, let me put this linear chart, right, linear channel, right, and see. So you can actually see that this indicator created something like a channel up to here. So the price is likely to break here, then come back to what we were saying right previously, go down here, come back to pull to to test this point, then go down. So considering that I'm actually using this indicator alone, price has got a higher possibility of going down, right? Let me use the shift supply and demand, right? Let me click OK here. So you can actually see that there was a 10 course support here. A 10 course support is actually a support that is being, going to come to become resistant. So it's just a turnover thing, right? So I'm anticipating price to come. I don't know where it is actually going to come to. Then pull back to this 10 course support, then go down. So considering that I'm on the shift supply and demand, it is actually telling me that the market is a higher probability of going down. And considering that, which other indicator should I add here? I don't think that. Let me try to put the auto trend line here and see what is actually telling me. So you can actually see that this auto trend line thing, it's not as perfect as we would have anticipated, but price is likely to come back to here, then go down. Let me put my bank levels indicator and see. Okay guys, this is I want to make sure that everything actually goes well. I don't You can actually choose any of these two indicators so that you make like good decisions. So here is the bank level here, right? And here I think there's a bank level, there's a liquidity here. So the price is likely to come back to this zone, then go down. And this is all about this analysis. So right now I know that price is to go down. I wait for my entries, right? And for my entries, I actually created this other episode when I was talking about the ID50. You can actually check it in the link in the description. Love you guys. Please make sure you hit the subscribe button. Don't forget to comment.